one of the Clark Cup Finals. Sioux Falls and the Chicago Steel. Berglich does, he scores! Played here to the far wall, they score. Oh, from the left point, we're tied at 2.
It doesn't bring you back. Blue on black.
Left side, one-timer, he scores!
If you thought the first act was good, I got something for you in this one. After a 3-2 win to open the Clark Cup Finals, the Stampede have a chance to push the Chicago Steel to the brink of elimination if they can win Game 2 tonight. Do that, and the Herd will have a chance to close out the series in Chicago next week, meaning tonight could be the last time fans in Sioux Falls get to cheer on the Stampede at the Premier Center. They've won 29 of the 37 games they've played at the Denny, including all 6 in the postseason, but it was Chicago that controlled the first. Gunnar Wolf Fontaine, that's his real name, off the bar and in. The Steel dominated early, but they only led 1-0, and that allowed the opportunistic Herd to pull even in the second. Max Crozier, wicked wrist. We are tied at 1-1 after 2 periods of play. However, in the third period, Chicago gets a power play after the Stampede are called for a penalty. Steel take advantage. Robert Mastrosimone roofs it on the one-timer. 2-1 Chicago. Looks like they're going to win this thing with less than 3 minutes to go. Stampede with a face-off. Blink and you'll miss this. Sam Stevens scores on the face-off. I've never seen a goal like this, so we got to have one more look at it. He straight up shoots it on the face-off and gets it in. That ties the game. We go to overtime for the 4th time in the postseason. Chicago had a power play in the extra session. Jackson Stauber was powerful in net. He had 30 saves on the night. We would go to a second overtime, and Scott Owen's team found the hero. Andre Lee, great move. Good night and drive home safely. The Stampede do it again. Another heart-stopping finish, 3-2 in double overtime. They're 1 win away from the Clark Cup.
I thought I was going to slap shot it first, but then I saw the D was like kind of more to the right side, so I toe drag it and it bounced over his stick, and luckily I got it on my stick and just shot it.
Being the resilient group we are, going into this overtime, the second overtime especially, we knew we had them. We had tons of legs left. We saw them kind of dying down a little bit, and for us as a team, we have a ton of resiliency. We're a hardworking group, and I think that's paid off in all the overtime so far.
We pretty much know what they're about, and they know what we're about. It's just a matter of getting healthy and making sure that the trip over is good, and we work on some special teams, I think.
And the Stampede will look to close out the series and hoist the cup on Chicago's home ice in the suburb of Geneva, Illinois. First up on Friday night. If the Steel can avoid elimination, they play Game 4 again the following night. The only way we'll see the Herd back at the Denny is if they have to play a decisive 5th game a week from Tuesday, but certainly the Stampede, hoping that does not happen and they can close it out next week.